as well as in the soul realm from Father Spirit and Mama Soul, and you exposing the balance or the holistic reality of all this in full security. You know?
Highest level of protection, like can't be touched.
Yes.
Oh man.
Invincible.
Yes.
And the only reason you're invincible is because you know it. You know it. That is the Aquarius and Leo axis of energy, remember?
Yes.
You have to know your power in order to activate your power.
So knowing that I'm untouchable, it automatically makes it activated.
The energy for you to be invincible.
Yes.
That's why I tell my second famous saying is, I'm hammer time. You can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
That's my second most famous saying.
Yes.
I'm hammer time. You can't touch this. And I get that from the Aquarius and Leo axis of energy. Leo is the creative ruler. Aquarius is the sign of I know. So when you put those two together, I know I am the creative ruler in order to activate that rulership. You have to know your power in order to activate your power.
Absolutely.
If you don't know it, you don't have it. Remember in the movie The Matrix, when they took Neo to the Oracle, and he doubted his power because he tried to identify his power through his ego. And that is when the Oracle says, no, you're not the one. I don't know what you're waiting on, your next life or whatever. And then she points to the sign above the door that says, know thyself. If you don't know you're the one, you're not the one. You have to know you're the one in order to become the one.
Yes.
Trinity knew he was the one because the Oracle told her she was going to fall in love with the one. That is how she was able to resurrect him from the dead through passing that knowing to him.
Yes.
And you're the one. I'm in love with you. That makes you the one. Now get your ass up.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So that's why I say the women are the resurrectors, the men are the redeemers, but they have to first be resurrected out of their ego because they can't come out of the matrix in ego. So they have to be resurrected out of their ego, the illusion of power, and that is what Trinity did. I always say if Neil didn't have a Trinity, he would still be in the matrix. So it has to be the knowing. She knew, and she was able to pass that knowing to him in order to resurrect him from the dead or the illusion of power, you see.
Whew.
So, and the only way that once he's resurrected, see, in the universal scheme of things, the melanated woman is the high priestess, you see. And in order for him, the masculine, to access the love of the high priestess, he has to be resurrected out of his ego in order to be removed, to come out of the matrix. And once he is resurrected out of his ego to come out of the matrix, only then does he have a perspective of her as the high priestess. And then he redeems or restores her to the value of high priestess as he lifts her up in her value.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This is how that works. So, resurrecting, you got to know your power in order to activate your power. Hammer time. You can't touch this.
Can't touch this.
When I walk on an airplane, I look around at the people and I will talk to them telepathically, and I will tell them how fortunate they are to be on an airplane with me, a royal being. Because I'm on that plane, it will be protected. And they'll be protected in lieu of that. This is what the confidence we and the security we now have to step up to, because we're being ordained to step up to our powers, our universal powers. So you have to step up in the full security You know, and that only comes from within.
Knowing
Earth
that.
and water are security, you see. But your anchor, you have to step up. You can't be a tentative ruler. You can't send your power out and then look over your shoulders and wonder if it's going to happen. So you have to be secure from within, the anchor. You have to be, in order to qualify as a new ruler, you have to prove to the universe that you are secure from within. That is where you're getting your higher level instructions, from within, the subconscious. And then you move out, you know, into the conscious. The air and fire is how, that's, air is spiritual and fire is power. So, you know, you have to be secure, the earth, from within, you know, as Big Mama, the water speaks to you internally from your ancient memory. And as you're secure in the value of what you feel, how Mama speaks to you from your ancient memory, when you're secure in the value of that, that is how you send that vibration out externally, and it will reflect itself as air and fire or spiritual power. So to the magnitude that you're secure is to the magnitude that you demonstrate that spiritual power. That is what you are. You are a high-level vessel, you know, very secure as you're gaining your information from, you know, the soul realm, and then, you know, extending it externally as spiritual power, you know, in the conscious reality of things, you see.
Yes.
Wow, that is
yes.
the most significant, you see. You can get no higher in your energy vibration than that combination. You see.
Can't get no higher. Can't touch this.
No, you can't touch this. And being able to know that.
Yeah.
To know that, you see. Because the second criteria to qualifying, there's only two criterias. The first one being secure from within, and the second criteria to stepping up as a new ruler is you have to prove to the universe that you will not abuse the power. That is the only sin in the spiritual reality, is the abuse of power. So that's what the universe is guarding against, not allowing people to step up into their full power and then abuse that power by using it egotistically. That is why you have to supersede your ego to gain full access to your power. You see, so, you know, so stepping up and proving, number one, the way to not abuse your power is to be secure from within, not through your ego, you see. So being able to be trusted with the power because you're secure within yourself, so that you're not manipulated through your ego to be used as a tool against the royal purpose. And you fit all of those qualifications. I'm just here to read it to you.
I give thanks for
I
you.
am not responsible for the message. I'm just responsible as the messenger, okay?
I give thanks.
So it's not about believing me, it's about believing the message your spirit wanted me to deliver to you today.
Oh,
okay?
Shay. Yes, ma'am.
All righty. So that is the next few weeks. You're going to get spiritual training, not only personally from your own spirit, but also from the highest level, from Father's Spirit, righteous Father's Spirit. You're going to get personal training, you know, but for you, it's just not enough just to get it. Since you're a holistic being, you know, like me, you have to get your training both at the personal level, which is what your spirit is going to do, but you're also getting guidance and training from the highest spiritual Father, righteous Father's Spirit. You see, that is what that cross and that position is indicating and what's just ahead. The next card in the past position. Now we're going to look at the past position. And as I've already told you, this is where you get your coffin at, you see, in the past position. And as I already told you, the coffin doesn't mean death. It says here, the death of a situation or possibly illness, not an entirely low vibration card, something difficult but not insurmountable. A weight is implied on page 38. As we go to page 38, and let me struggle to find the page.
Take your time, Sister MyRah. Adjust the magnifying glass. Take your time.
Yeah, pick up the magnifying glass with my reading glasses, with the phone in my cripple hand. Okay, we have too much fun here. Leo is the sign of joy. We all get our joy through Leo.
Yay.
Yes, so it says here with the coffin in your past position. And of course, we're not just talking this lifetime. We're also talking your past lifetime, you see. Because this is going to indicate what purpose you've been working on throughout many, many lifetimes, in order to heal those issues and now make your ultimate contribution to the fulfillment of this larger purpose through the mastery that you've achieved through many, many lifetimes, by, healing those issues, that you can that's now in the past for you. Now you can bring, the mastery of having done this throughout many lifetimes. Now this is the lifetime to complete and fulfill that ultimate purpose that you've been working on for many, many lifetimes. And this is the card that will identify those things you've been working on for many, many lifetimes, you see. It says here, this is the card feared by almost everyone. However, it really indicates stagnant situations more than physical death. Only if it comes with, otherwise it indicates a waiting time to be endured. Perhaps you must allow things to develop or even consciously be patient. You may have to change your way of doing things or approach another goal. But like we said, this is in the past position, so you've already done that.
Yes.
And it says here, if the coffin comes with, let me see what your coffin comes with. Let's see, coffin in the clouds, the fish, the heart. The only thing I see so far is if the coffin comes with the cross. Now this is, it says here, if the coffin comes with the cross, a deceased relative may be watching over you. That's why I peeped that when I saw, like I said, your grandma. That's why I asked about your grandma.
Yes.
But I was just looking at the maternal end. Now we done brought the paternal end to the table as well. So we're not just talking about your grandma. We could also be talking about your grandpa.
Yes, and yes.
And so, do you have a grandpa on the spiritual realm?
I do.
And were these, were they from your paternal, your maternal, were these two connected?
My grandmother is my father's mother, and my grandfather is my mother's father.
Okay. Yep, that's how you're getting that. And these are the ones on the front line.
Yes.
Yes. So, so you got that working from both ends, you see. So, so not only are you following your ancient lineage, back through to the ancient mama, but you're following your spiritual lens. Father tells us where we're headed, how to fulfill our spiritual destiny and purpose. Mama tells us where we came from, our ancient lineage, our ancestry. So you're getting it from both. You're getting guidance, and your grandfather would be on the front line spiritually, guiding you, to move forward and fulfill your ultimate purpose, where mama is giving you the stability and the access, from your ancestors, you see, to step up to the magic. Mama brings us the magic of the ancestors, the magic of the universe, where father brings us spiritual power, mama brings us the magic. So we need them both.
Yes.
We need both the spiritual power of the father, and we need the ancient magic of our ancestors. And you have them both.
And I feel them both. And I know for sure that they're both. I know it.
Yes. And your grandfather is the face of your spiritual guidance, and then your grandmother your grandmama is the face of your ancient guidance or your ancestral guidance. So they're like the representative of these higher beings, and they're personally on the front line for you, connecting you to those highest father spirit and mama soul, or the righteous father spirit and mama universe. And so you have your grandfather, being your emissary, to father spirit, and then you have your grandmama being the emissary to mama universe.
Come on. Come on.
What you have to use, honey.
Yes.
And you know that.
This is just confirmation. It is.
Yes. And that's all a reader can do, is lay it down, make it clear, and validate it.
Yes.
And confirm it. We don't give you anything your spirit hasn't already given you.
Absolutely.
But we make it clear. We lay it down, validate it, and make it clear. That's all a reader can do. Anybody that try to give you anything your spirit hasn't already given you is trying to manipulate you and control you. Okay? I want you to know that.
Yes.
So you're just remembering. That's why it resonates with you, because you're remembering what is already in you. It's been subconscious. Oh, excuse me.
No problem. Take your time.
I'm bringing up a lot.
Yes.
See, I'm a Capricorn, which makes me the ultimate in sensitivity. And as I start stirring up the energy, I'm physically sensitive to it. And sometimes I do go through that, And we're tapping in some very heavy levels for you, so that's why it's infecting me.
I give thanks.
But that is what is going on here. So the coffin in your past position, like I said, the coffin, let me see what else it comes with. The cross, like I said, the deceased relative. You got your grandfather and your grandmama, but they're just the face, or representative of that lineage that you're tapped into when it comes to your spiritual purpose and destiny through the father, and you're anchored in your ancestral ancient lineage through the mama. You see, all the way back to the ancient of ancients, the original Black Mama universe, the source of all energy This is who they were calling the source in the movie The Matrix.
Okay.
And then the father figure was the architect. You remember the architect?
Yes.
He represented the father, where Mama Universe represented the source.
Mm-hmm.
That's who they were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the coffin, it says here, if it comes with that's the only thing I'm seeing is the cross. It says, generally, this card indicates that you have undertaken something that will try your patience. You alone can decide whether a situation, either in love or at work, for example, has run its course. And yours does indicate it's run its course because it's in the past position.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So whatever illness or whatever stagnation or whatever issues,
mm-hmm.
That have been problematic for you,
mm-hmm.
Especially when it came to your past lifetimes, you've already conquered them. You see, you've already dealt with them, put them behind you, and now you're just ready to move forward.
Yes.
That is what that coffin in the past position is indicating, that you have mastered and the purpose you came here to serve. This is the lifetime to complete and fulfill that mastery and contribution to the whole. The one and all and the all in one. Your reality is no more wrong or right than anyone else's. We all master through our own journeys, through guidance from our own spirit. And now this is the lifetime to complete and fulfill that ultimate mastery, as we are all bringing it to the table in contribution to the whole. The one and all in the all in one. You do not blend energy. You harmonize energy. And the ultimate harmonization is when you're ready to balance those opposites equally to create the one or the whole. So, it's always do the demonstration like a hand. But you have a thumb, index finger, a middle finger, a ring finger, a little finger, a palm, back of the hand, the nails. All these components come together to make a hand. But everyone has a unique role to bring to the table in contribution to the whole. So, we all are bringing our contribution. This is the lifetime going in Aquarius age. Aquarius is the sign of evolution. Whenever we get into the Aquarius age, it's time for evolution. Of rulership, because its opposite is Leo, the creative ruler. So it's time to evolve creative rulership, you see. And so this is the lifetime to bring those purposes and those masteries to the table in contribution to the whole. The one and all in the all in one. It's time to fulfill a larger universal purpose. And each one of us has a contribution to make to this larger universal purpose. We're the individual aspects in contribution to the larger purpose. The individual is just as important as the fulfillment, the larger fulfillment. I always say it's like the twinkling of a star, and you're only responsible for one twinkle of the star, you see, but the one twinkle is just as important as the full twinkling. Because if you're not in position to make your contribution, when it's your time to shine, the star's not complete, it's not whole. And if it's not whole, it's not real, you see. So the individual is just as important as the fulfillment, you see. So all of us is now mastered through many lifetimes, the purpose we wanted to contribute. Now this is the lifetime for each one of us to make that contribution in order to fulfill this collective purpose. Spirit is collective. Physical is individual. So it's time to fix it. The things that have become corrupted in this illusionary reality is the systems. All the systems have been polluted. You know, the political system, the education system,
medical
system,
yes, yeah.
You know, all the systems are what has been corrupted. That has become too big for any one of us on a personal level to deal with. You see. Now we have to deal with it from a spiritual perspective as a collective energy. And so now